Well, all right, good morning. Good evening, good afternoon, my brothers and sisters over at Patron, Pastor Dow here. Well, I just thought before I get started this morning, I am up here drawing out plans for kitchen cabinets to getting ready to start building those things. And I wanted to talk about how wise Yah is, especially when dealing with us. I talked to a few brethren that live off the land, this past week, and of course, one of our topics of conversation was how bad the chicken and the egg shortage is. The chickens and the egg shortage is in this country, and I think in California they mentioned something about it's approaching $10 a dozen. I think Elder Doug told me the other day for 5 dozen or 60 eggs is like $15. And we're talking about these eggs that literally have no nutritional value to them at all. We're talking about just a regular old white, chemically induced chickens. Eggs are very small like this. We're not talking about organic, farm raised, free range chicken eggs. And I'm like, it kind of reminds me, because the book says we ought to always seek for the old paths and look for the old ways. Not only search for them and find them, but we should live in it. And I'm watching the spirit of this age right now as there's a spirit out there that's trying to justify the Israelites being perfectly comfortable with living like the heathens. And I know that all these people out there, eggs is a staple in almost everything you eat today in recipes and especially for breakfast in the morning. And I wonder what everybody has to say when all these different things take place, when you have to be dependent upon the world to supply you for your food. And so, because I'm sitting up and thinking, even in the wintertime, think about this, even in the wintertime right now, our chickens are laying between 7 and 8 dozen eggs a day. Think about that. And it cost us quite a few dozens of eggs for a meal here in the morning. The logistics of feeding us is a lot now, but it doesn't even affect us whatsoever at all. The bird flu don't affect us. We did 3 chicken butchering last year of 600 chickens. We used to do 800 a year. We got that down to 600 because when you think about all the venison that is being hunted, you think about all the chickens that we've raised, and y'all seen our chickens. Our chickens are double of the 8 weeks, probably triple of the 8 weeks of what they call out there in the world. I mean, we are just literally blessed. And I tell people all the time, and I try to drill it into all the heads of our sisters all of the time. Listen to me, y'all. You either can pay to live healthy right now, or you can pay for being sick later. And when it comes to our food, we just don't compromise on our food. We don't. Now, I'm sure we got people that would love for us to do things a little bit different here and there. But we make changes and stuff, and we do things based on the whole. And I tell you, we are just literally blessed because we don't even get affected by it. I'm sure the communities are thanking the Father right now for the wisdom of being able to have your own chicken coop and to rear and raise your own chickens, and you have layer birds that have your own eggs. And I am just sitting up here in utter disbelief of what's going on nowadays. I had one brother tell me that he went to 3 different stores and couldn't find any eggs anywhere. And he drove a lot of miles looking for them things. And right now we have the community shut down for the winter. We do that for about maybe a half a month or something like that. So everybody's pretty much eating in their homes and stuff like that. Now, that's actually more on us. That actually takes away from our resources more than anything. Whenever we do stuff like that, it's more efficient if we're eating together in the dining hall than we're eating apart. But what gets me is that I wonder how long, because people can trust in oppression, right? I wonder how long will it be, and how many lies can people make up over and over and over again How many lies can people make up to justify living like the Gentiles, living like the heathens? Again, we remain totally unaffected. The prices, if there's an egg shortage because there's bird flu and they done killed 100 million chickens, you can only imagine what the prices are going to reflect and what they're going to from there. You can only imagine. And you can only imagine how much eggs is going to affect everything and how much chicken is going to skyrocket. I don't guess too many people are going to be going out to Buffalo Wild Wings, huh? But I tell you, again, I thank the Father for the wisdom to come out of her and be separate. I know that there's a spirit out there that's trying to justify people by saying that you don't have to live like Israelites. Well, if you're not going to live like Israelites, you only got one other choice. You got to live like the Edomites or the Gentiles. And that's all there's to it. And I'm beginning to question today if even amongst us, if we had a lot of people that are real true Israelites or are these people Edomites? Because mind you now, Edomites, they still come from Abraham too, but when you look at the character and nature of people, man, they're not functioning and living as the way Israelites do. You know, we're very disciplined people, extremely disciplined, and of course, there's a lot of changes that's taking place. There's a lot of changes going to be taking place even out here on this community right now, and it's all for the better. But you know, being a leader, you have to make adjustments. You have to make adjustments that's going to benefit the whole. Is everybody going to be appeased? No. Is everybody going to be satisfied? No. Are there people going to be angry and upset? Yes. But nevertheless, I think I've learned an extraordinary amount of good managing skills over these years to know how to run successful communities. I think I have. And I'm going to continue to keep following the blueprint that the Most High has given me. And as in the words of Brother Bud says, man, these people out here, a lot of people make a boast of a lot of things. And Bud says, just take a reflection on the last 10 years of your life and you know the sum of a man that you are. Look at that. Think about that. The last 10 years of your life, you really truly know what type of man you are and the type of man you're going to be going forward. Because you can't ever deny fruit. You can't ever deny what you see that comes from someone. People will sell you, like that term I said before, wolf tickets all day long. But where's the answers whenever you trust in this system out here in this world and you can't get any food? Because most Israelites don't like hunting. And I'm going to tell y'all, as a pastor of the Most High Yah, called and ordained by him, I'm going to continue to keep the pressure up on us because you need to be convicted. You need to continue to keep hearing this so that you get moving. Because the day is going to come that if you didn't do any moving at all, you're going to wish that you had. I got a couple of reports also of some things that has happened to people that have left the ministry, left the community. I'm talking about, some bad things. But anyway, I just leave it at that because it's totally irrelevant. It has nothing to do with our mission going forward. But man, I'm hoping, Israel, I'm really truly hoping that we will keep our minds first and foremost on the Most High and never, ever, ever really forsaken the ways that he has given us and showed us and staying with the vision. Because a lot of people out here that are getting on this internet, they have no hope for you at all. They're only speaking and preaching and teaching for themselves. They have nothing for you at all. And it's going to be something. It's going to be something. What if we have an economic crash? Then what are you going to do? Because right now they're talking about banks are getting ready to own 40% of the housing market. How can they do that? Well, they can turn around and raise interest rates and if you are in an ARM and you got a loan on an ARM for a house, you're in some serious trouble. You can't make that monthly payment every month. Then the house automatically, or the assets of the house automatically goes back to the banks. And I don't too much believe, unless you're making a move to a community, I don't believe that we should be out there paying all this rent unless we're doing it for a short period of time because we see the vision, we're going to be moving on the community. And we're going forward. Well, hope y'all have a wonderful day. Hope it says something to stimulate thought. King coming.